My name is Kofi Bentil. I am Vice President of Imani, a think tank in Ghana. I'm here to talk about a very important concept that you may not be familiar with. That is the rule of law. Simply put, the rule of law is the principle that nations must be governed by clearly defined sets of laws and not by the arbitrary decisions of individual government officials or strongmen. What's more, every law should be consistent. It should be reasonable and fair. The central purpose of laws should be to protect human rights and establish the limits of government power, and they should apply equally to everyone. Unfortunately, the rule of law is not prevalent in most of Africa. Instead, much of the continent suffers from something called the strongman syndrome, or the idea that the better society will be created by stronger and more powerful rulers or persons in society who have power and therefore can make things happen for themselves. But nations that adopt this approach often become corrupt dictatorships, where the laws that do exist are so broad and vaguely written that they empower people to do almost anything they want. In such societies, citizens can be thrown into jail or worse for any reason. Businesses and property can be taken away without cause, and those who get ahead do so not by creating value for others, but by gaining influence and favors from politicians or strongmen. This kind of corruption creates social and political instability, resulting in poverty, famine, and perpetual warfare. Countries without rule of law experience poorer health, more poverty, less local and international investment, and higher crime rates. And while some dictators have been replaced by more democratic systems and the rule of law is growing slowly in some parts of Africa, African nations are frequently at the bottom of the list when it comes to indexes such as the Ibrahim Index of African Governance, which found that 94% of people in 52 countries experienced declining rule of law between 2000 and 2013. For Africa, changing the political and social institutions necessary to reduce corruption and improve legal and judicial systems is critically important. But to accomplish that goal requires literate, educated, and economically empowered citizens. There are many challenges, but improving rule of law will help Africa become less corrupt and more stable. And that stability will help create opportunities for economic investment and growth that can bring millions of people out of poverty. Development everywhere has a correlation with rule of law. Africa needs an environment where property and human rights are respected for all, not just for a few with political power. That is rule of law.